All right, everyone, and welcome again to another Friday edition of a Hubcast from Cyber Social Hub. My name's Kevin DeLong. I'm the founder of Cyber Social Hub. And what is Cyber Social Hub, you say? It is, sorry, I'm watching the comments that come in. I should never do that. They distract me, lose my train of thought completely. Thanks, Sam. Found a heavy metal cover for Dance Monkey. Yeah. Anyway, what Cyber Social Hub is just a community of digital investigators. Whether you're doing OSINT, whether you're doing computer forensics, whether you're doing just network forensics, cybersecurity, doesn't matter. Any type of digital investigation. We're an online community for that. Absolutely 100% free. That's the magic word that I love to say. So come on in, and collaborate with some others. If you got a tough situation or something you got a question about, somebody's bound to be able to help you in there. If not, we will go hunt them down and bring them into the hub, drag them in, and so you can get some help inside of Cyber Social Hub. So yeah, so let me show you just real quick about Cyber Social Hub here, and I want to make sure that one of these is going to bring my guest on, and I didn't look at this before I did it, so I apologize if you get popped up there. Nope, there she is. But you kind of see her already, her cartoon version, prior to her coming up here on there. So Cyber Social, you can see it's just kind of an online community, right? You see a lot of chats going on. We had a conversation a little bit ago, I think it was a couple days ago, about the some Google hacking tool it's kind of a nerdy tool, hence the little graphics here. But a lot of fun in there. We have some very, very specific groups that you can join. So say the main chat's not your thing, where we talk a lot of weirdness sometimes that goes on in there. You can just dig down and go into some groups, very, very specialized groups. That are in here that you can go into, including one of our groups from Yet Today down in here. We will see here in shortly. But another thing, what I wanted to talk about, and I've talked about the last couple of weeks because I'm really excited about this, is our mobile app that is coming out. And I'm going to show you. We have our marketing material in now for this, which I'm very excited for this. This is kind of the obviously what it's going to look like on Android, iOS, and of course tablets, iPad, so on and so forth. But yeah, we got all of the marketing materials done, all the screenshots and stuff that we have to submit yet to Apple and get all this stuff out. So very exciting, and I cannot wait for this thing to go live if we make it through Apple's approval process. That's the biggest kicker. So today's show is one I absolutely was looking forward to for a long time, because I look forward to this conference every year. I think at one point, when was it? Yeah, I think it was right when COVID hit, that I spoke at this show 10 years in a row at this. So here is Jennifer from Techno Security and Digital Forensics Conference. Most of you probably know her if you've ever been to the show. She's the one that makes sure everyone is taken care of. Just a little job that she has there, make sure everyone is where they're supposed to be, happy, all their needs are taken care of, so on and so forth. Welcome, Jennifer, and thanks for being a victim. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I've been looking forward to this for quite some time as well. It feels like we've been talking about it for years. I know it's probably just months, but I'm glad to be here.
Yeah,
Happy Friday, everybody.
I know, right? Exciting times. Everyone's saying hi to you there in chat. You got CJ, Dave, Sam is in there, Megan's in there, and there's a lot more in there. I saw Allison earlier, but before we went live, she was kind of in the chat there as well. So yeah, you got a lot of the crew in there. So
Oh,
hey, any dirt that you guys
indeed.
have on Jennifer that is suitable to be put across YouTube, by all means, Allison, I know you might have some. Of course, you have to deal with her one-on-one later, but feel free to kind of just slide it right in there. I'll Noel's here as well too.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, no, I have dirt on
Phenomenal.
everyone too. So let's just keep that in check right there. That retaliation. I'm Italian. It happens. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Allison's playing it smart. You must have some back the other way. So, yeah, my dirt I make completely public because I'm such a twit, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on as well. So, man, Jennifer, again, it's good to have you here. So, Techno Security and Digital Forensics Conference is coming up very soon. Well, I mean, from you and Allison, it's probably like, oh my gosh, it's coming up really quick. To us, it's like it can't get here quick enough. We're ready to go. But when exactly is that again?
So it is coming up faster than probably most of us realize. I feel like every other email right now, I'm reminding people we're only 7 weeks out. Um, Usually, the conference traditional timing is it starts the Sunday after Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Due to a lot of situations this year, a lot of events being pushed back with COVID, rescheduling with the hotel, we're actually a month earlier. So this year it is Move In Mother's Day for all you sponsors who are joining us today, unfortunately. And then the show will take place May 9th through the 12th, again at the Marriott Myrtle Beach, where everyone is looking forward to returning.
Yep, absolutely. I always look forward to this, and I'm going to bring up, put us down on the corners here and kind of bring up the site so people can, if you're curious, you can go to it. There's big register now buttons up there. So if you haven't gotten registered for the show yet, we're going to convince you every reason that you possibly should go to this because really, if you're in digital forensics or any type of really online investigations, this is kind of the show I look forward to every year to go for, just from the tons of information that the show has. Um, so we're going to talk about that a little bit because I have up here, well, maybe if I can find my mouse, there we go. Some of the program, right?
Mhm.
Some of the program that's going on. And again, I promise we're not going to make this a big commercial, everybody who's actually watching. But I want to show you some of the value here that is in here. This is literally, I think this is day one, right? Yeah, this is day one that I'm looking at, which
Yeah.
now starts on a Monday.
Correct. So
All right.
it's used to start Sunday at noon. We're
Mm-hmm.
starting Monday at noon. Again, dates availability, space in the hotel. We kind of bump back. It's high wedding season. So there's a weddings going on right before we're coming in, weddings right on the tail end of us. So we do start on a Monday, everybody.
Really? Hey, I got a question for you. Has anyone been nerdy enough to say, hey, let's go get married at Techno Security? I'm going to throw down the gauntlet right here. Anyone who's engaged or thinking to get married, I think you should do it. It's a beautiful location, right? Might as well doing it like during the nerd event, and get a bunch of nerd examiners out on the. I say that because I'm one too. Get them out on the beach, and hey, they're there with you. We'll watch the ceremony.
Well, we'll work with the hotel to get you good rates if anyone really has that, has to have it.
Well, you think Ron? Hang on, I just saw Sam popped up here. He said he thinks
Ron did.
Ron actually. I haven't seen Ron. Is Ron even here? Are you messing with Ron when he's not even here, or is that actual factual truth, Sam? That's too funny. That's great. Oh yeah, Dave says Uh, oh yeah, Dave says some of the vendors have some free passes. So if you guys haven't
Yeah.
got in there yet, but obviously we want you to
Right.
register too. So yeah, yeah. If you focus on chat, it goes dark really quick. So I try not to look over there too
it's
much.
it's going downhill very fast, and we're
Yeah.
not even 10 minutes in, Kevin.
No, no, we're not. It's going to get for sure more interesting in there too. But anyway, you can see all the different things that. And again, this is just day one. I'm going to just scroll through here. I'm not going to talk about any one of these in particular. Oh, maybe mention Jessica Hyde. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. And you can just
She
see. I'm
is.
just kind of slow. What? Go ahead.
We have, I mean, there's over 100 sessions. Allison is, she's in charge of our programming. She's I couldn't do my job without Allison. She's amazing. She's got a great program lineup. Like I said, Jessica, there's a lot of key names in the industry that you'll see in there. It is definitely the place to be.
Yeah, and it's great. I mean, you guys can go to the website here. I'm gonna post this link, and instead of scrolling, I'll just kind of there we go, send it out there to the world so they can all see what it is for themselves. I'm gonna bring us up big on the screen here. There
Oh
we go.
yeah.
So make things a little bit easier for us to talk. I feel like I was like on my screen. It's like little itty bitty thing that we were talking back and forth with. Um, hang on. I shouldn't. I'm not going to read chat right now. I'm trying
No,
my
I'm like,
best
I
not
can't
to.
look at it because what the website doesn't show you is the shenanigans that occur. And that's what everyone's starting to come in and comment on. And I think that's partly why we love it, right? Because it's this crazy extended techno family who's smart and brilliant and catches the bad guys, and yet we're just a bunch of nerdy goofballs.
Yeah, and I look forward to seeing some of the people I haven't seen forever. Like I know Noel's in chat right now, and usually that's the one event I see him at every year. If I'm lucky, I'll see him at another. But there's some people that's the event they go to, so I get to see them there, and of course, just the vendors themselves. Man, it's really like
Yeah.
the digital investigation world's so small, and compared to like the shoe industry or something crazy like that, right? Um, is everybody knows everyone else, so it's like you said, it's just a big family for sure, and it makes it nice that people that you haven't seen in such a long time,
Yeah.
big family reunion,
Yeah.
and absolutely everyone, I think.
I don't know. I try. I try. Last year after COVID, we had a lot of new faces on the attendee side, in particular. But I try to be seen. I try to, like you said, take care of everybody's needs. Um, whether I can or can't, we shall see.
Right. I know when I obviously worked for companies that showed there before, and whenever we needed anything, man, you were just like bam on it. And if you didn't have the answer, somebody was over to us within a few minutes that had the answer, and that we could. It was phenomenal. So, um, when the vendors are happy, the show usually goes pretty good because everything's
Yeah.
nice and presented out there. Where and the guests, they get that really good experience of how everything's just. Again, I don't know anything about how shows function when it comes to this thing. I just know I've been to a bunch of them, had to set them up before, and it's got to be a ton of work that goes into these things.
Yeah, my favorite thing was when we just had Myrtle Beach. People would ask me, "Well, what do you do the rest of the year?" Which is hilarious because they just thought we
Nothing.
just showed up and it happened, and then it's you start working even before the show occurs for the next year out, and it's a true partnership not only between our staff and team, the Marriott's team, but also the attendees and the sponsors and the speakers. It's a group effort in so many ways. The sponsors that have VIP events, that have attendee events, that sponsor different things that we can do, like the courtyard reception. We couldn't do it without all of those parts coming together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Weather is going to be awesome. Awesome.
Yes,
It's
we
it's
don't like
Myrtle.
backup plans.
It's Myrtle Beach. It's. I mean, it's just to see. I'm just so people know. I'm up near Cleveland, Ohio. There's no palm trees here. So just palm trees alone. I don't care at this point. I don't care. It's great. Um, so tell us a little bit about now. Obviously, I've kind of let a lot of the cat out of the bag with some of the programs and stuff that's going on in the sessions. But overall, the bigger picture of what's the conference really about, and who should be going to this event.
Right. Well, I mean, you kind of already did my job there, so thank you. Um, Anyone that is in, infosec, the primary categories of the show are information security, audit and risk management, which we kind of brought in because there's so much connection between that front end of technology to what happens if there's a breach or there's an incident or a bad actor. So we've combined that with the other two, investigations and digital forensics, because you've all got to talk to one another. So anyone involved in any capacity in the technology. So front end as far as protection, back end as far as, like I said, when an incident occurs. It spans both corporate and government. We have law enforcement agencies, federal, state, local, and a lot of
Mm-hmm.
international. Actually, this week, a lot of the registrations coming in are from international agencies and companies because they haven't been there since 2019 with all the border closures.
Right.
So it does. It's a very wide ranging group.
Right. And just curiosity here of the people that's actually attending live. If you've been to the show before, just kind of give a comment in the chat there. Just be curious to see how many people have have been to the show. And I know there's some vendors in there. You're counted as well. If you've been to the show, make sure that you say something in there. Put a thumbs up. I think you can do emojis for sure in here. I was just doing some weird YouTube purple monkey thing that kind of stumped Sam as to what that was. But Sam, what that is, it's YouTube has an error if they can't find something. It's I don't know why it's the purple monkey. Somebody's got to know this. I have no idea
I don't
why.
know what's with you guys and monkeys. And Sam, don't say that. Been there, done that means you don't need to go back. Been there, done that. No, keep coming back.
Yeah. So yeah, Sam, Noel, CJ. Oh,
Yeah.
it's your third show, CJ. Awesome. Um,
We have people that have, like you said, you spoke for 10 years. Our advisory board is comprised of people who have been there, um, gosh, any number of years. This year is our 23rd edition. We can't say annual because we skipped
hmm.
20 for COVID, but we have people who've literally been there almost every single year.
That's yeah, I've been going for quite a while. So Dave's 8. Hey, Brent, he's like
Oh,
way
Brent's
over
popping in.
across the other side of the planet, and he's in here.
Right.
Welcome, and Manny's in here as well. Hey, Manny.
All
So
right. Talk to Manny this week. Hi,
yeah,
Manny.
there you go. Manny's good people for sure. Good to see
Yes.
you in here. But yeah, it's really once you go to the show, I think once and get to experience it. And a lot of people think, oh, it's just for anyone who hasn't gone to a conference like this before, it's a lot different in my opinion here because really it's a learning conference almost. You get to go in, and there's as you if you look through the the conference
Thank you.
schedule, yeah. If you yeah, he is in the future. It's actually Saturday for him, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Saturday morning.
So weird. That's right. See,
Early. I
that's
think
why I
it's
said,
pretty early. Brent, what time is it in New Zealand?
yeah, it's well, I don't know. It's got to be pretty early over there. I have no idea. I'm so geographically impaired. 8:18
Oh,
a.m. That's not horrible. Saturday.
no, he's drinking coffee. We're about to start pouring the, martinis and red wine. It's
I
fine.
know, right? Absolutely. And you know, if you haven't been to a show like this, it really is. There's a lot more than just when people think of shows and stuff. My thoughts instantly turn to the showroom floor, like all the stuff that's going on, all the awesome new technology, the latest breakthroughs, and things that's going to make your job easier. But it's more than that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It is.
So go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It is. No, it is. It's, the education, obviously we couldn't do it without the sponsors, but the education, if someone is appealing to whoever holds their budget strings to go, that's what they need to push is they can come back with instant information tools, contacts to assist in their day-to-day workflow.
Yeah, and literally, you may not be able to learn because the sessions are how long roughly? About 50 minutes, maybe.
Most of them are 50 minutes. We do have some that run like a double time frame.
Okay. I mean, anyone knows that they're not going to be experts on any one subject when they walk out the door, but it's going to introduce you to those little pieces of information that you may not have considered before, where it's like, oh, wow, I absolutely need to know this because this is a trend that's coming for sure. And we need to start looking more into it. It's going to really keep you on the edge of the industry and your particular thing because you have something for everyone, as you had mentioned, some of the things that were there and the different categories that you cater to. Sorry, I'm moving stuff all around here on my window now because I've lost track of where we were. Oh, there he is. I'm looking at tracks for encrypted messenger forensics, threat profiling, ransomware, transforming policing in the digital age, and this is day one. So
Right. Right.
So one of the things that I get a little bummed about is because obviously Cyber Social Hub is coming to the show this year. We went the last couple of years, and usually I just give a quick talk or something. But this year we're going to actually be down there, and we're going to get you on the show yet
Hmm.
again, right?
You are. Thank you very much. Kevin will actually be broadcasting live from Techno this year in Myrtle Beach, doing some interviews, attendee interviews. So, all you sponsors out there, if you want a little extra exposure, I'm going to be sending out hey, reach out to Kevin. Looking for some attendees to kind of share their experiences, long term attendees and first timers. just to kind of get the conversation going and get a little more traction.
Yeah, we got the whole shebang. We ordered an entire new mobile studio for your event. I'm just saying.
All right, so we're the guinea pigs. So if
Yeah,
it works,
yeah. Hopefully, hopefully, if internet holds out for us, we're good. We got
well, that's the
all that.
challenge.
Yeah, yeah. I was getting that. You can't really see it. It's all behind me, and off to the side. There's a whole crazy live production show with a bunch of brand new of these things, mics and all kinds of stuff. We're really excited about coming down and be able to share the experience with everyone, especially to the audience themselves. So it'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully no shenanigans happen while we're live. That'll be
I
good.
think you can pretty much 100% guarantee there will be shenanigans.
Probably. I'm just worried about the.
As long as the police aren't called again, as long as no hospital runs happen, um, as long as not too many calls to first responders happen after the host parties and everyone comes back, I'll be fine.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's always fun. There's always a story generally you can walk away with, at least one. If not, then you didn't participate enough.
Correct.
If you don't get to walk away with at least one story, you definitely didn't participate enough. And I know some of the groups and some of the guys have been going there a long time. Always after every evening, I think for the most part, they go down by the pool and take their beverages down there, and they just hang out and decompress and just chat.
Right.
And it's funny because they're all from different industries for the most part. Some of them have worked together at one point, or maybe not now, and it's just
Dave.
they all hang out. Yeah,
That
Dave.
is, we're going to go downhill fast with Dave's comment, but no, we'll save that for later. Let's,
Yeah, I'm surprised more
yeah,
people hasn't brought it up. I got a funny thing for that later, Dave. You'll have to just
yeah, you'll like that.
kind of wait
Yeah,
and see.
my favorite saying is there may or may not have been. There may or may not have been. There may or may not be several advisory board members that make their own moonshine and bring it to the conference every year with, you know,
Really? See, I need.
courtyard and poolside late night
Oh, I know who you're
issues.
talking about. I think I know who you're talking about now. I don't want to call him out, but I think I know who you're talking about. That's great. Yeah, no, it's always great because you know, and something maybe people don't also know about is you guys have full straight on training events pre-conference. Is that right?
That is correct. So we basically command the hotel typically for an entire week. I get there, I'm there 8 or 9 days usually. And we do offer the option of pre-show training classrooms, first come, first serve basis to our sponsors. We had fewer rooms this year. Unfortunately, there were a couple that were not able to, even though they were considering. But we do our currently our two hosts are having pre-conference training. Celebrate will have two classes. Those are obviously an additional fee because
Hmm.
they're big time and they're certification oriented. And then Magnet is also hosting 3 different training pre-con, and those are on our website. So you can link to theirs, find out information, dates, cost, right directly through our conference page.
Oh, really? That's great.
Yeah.
Go right there and check it all out. So, yeah, it really serves. I mean, 2 weeks in Myrtle Beach. Oh my gosh, what pain you have to go through. Just getting it approved through the administration is the key, right? It's training. I promise.
It's training. It is training.
It's
You're
not
there
like
to
it's.
learn.
It's right. It's right. It's not like it's Vegas or anything. I mean, come on. So I don't know how. Obviously, a lot of people in the audience know who you are, and I haven't seen any dirt come up. They're playing it safe with you, which is a good thing. Um, Smart because you will get them back. You can make
I will
life
absolutely get them back.
because a lot of them are vendors. Are like, oh no, I want my booth to be there when I get there. um, but how did you get started in all of this craziness?
How did I become the face of techno?
Yeah.
um, I mean, it's quite a story. So Techno allows me to combine my professional experience with my passions. I think at my core, I'm a military brat. My dad was career Air Force, so I have like truth, justice, freedoms, protection, um, consequences, even as a core part of my being. Here's the line, you don't cross it. Here's the rules. So to me, that law enforcement aspect, that morality, truth, and justice has always been there. Um, going through school, we laugh. My dad tells everyone he sent me to school to learn how to play. I was actually a sports medicine major, changed to recreation and leisure services management, which is a mouthful to say business degree focused on money making fun businesses. So I guess, yeah, he sent me to college to learn how to play. I have, again, military, a lot of first responders in my family. When I segued out, I actually started connecting with a lot more law enforcement officers in my inner circle, and they pushed me to really get into that. My dad at one point actually handed me an application for the FBI. So I did. I took the state police exam in Pennsylvania, where I was living at the time, and did great on the written. Went to Harrisburg for the in-person interview. I actually was cleaning out some things a couple of weeks ago, and I literally found my on tractor-fed paper the letter that says, "Here's what you scored. Here's where you are in the process. Here's directions. Show up at this date and this time in person for your interview." So I actually have that and showed it to my kids. So I went along that route. Was at the time working for a company in marketing, um, shop vac and McCullough Corporation, wet dry vacs and
Hmm.
chainsaws, basically. So had started to work in trade shows and within their marketing realm. Um, and just before I was waiting for my deadline to show up at the academy, I was basically in line. They had like another class to go, and then when that class was rolling through, I would have gotten my date to show up at the police academy. My company offered me an amazing promotion, amazing opportunity. And I was balancing. I'm like, well, I'm family one day, I want to put myself in the line of fire, or do I want to make money and go this route? So I kind of segued off, and I've worked in marketing and trade shows and sales forever. So I put those dreams aside of, saving the world. I wanted to have a canine unit. I wanted to go in and help victims of domestic violence get out. That was what I wanted to do.
Well,
So
I can.
fast forward all these years at that altruistic thing. I went for the buck at the time. And there's been several things that have happened in my life personally that have brought me back to this. Um, a lot of you know this. My family is in Sandy Hook. Um, Difficult time.
Mm.
We had a first grader in there. He was one of the lucky ones to get out. Children are huge in my life. I think you all know I have four. One's a bonus child. We Italians, we love our family and our children, as do everyone else above all else. So that impacted my family very greatly. My kids close with that cousin. Um, it was a tough time.
Oh
Anyway,
goodness.
anything we can do to help catch bad guys, keep children safe, the whole 9 yards is very dear to me. Um, and then I went through, a couple more things, divorce process. I kind of got in there and started to dig out digital evidence that put me in a really good place as far as getting through that and shepherding my children through that. And so here I am today. I started working on Techno as a 10-hour a week contractor when Comexposium first bought it from the founders, Jack and Don, whom many of you know. And that next year, they asked me to come on full time. And it was a very easy decision to make. It combined my passion. If I can't be out there catching the bad guys at the age of, I'm not going to tell you my age, but I have readers on. So then if I can help people do that. And in today's crazy changing world with, social media, the dark web, these crimes against children, sex trafficking, internet crimes against children, all of those things, I feel really good at night that I can give back to the industry and help you guys do the hard stuff. So that's my story.
They're all saying you're 29, by the way. So make sure to
Oh,
get
I
key
knew I loved you
key
guys.
key
They're
boost
clearly drinking that moonshine already.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
great.
guys.
That's a phenomenal story. You, um, yeah, a lot of people may see you passing real quick and I mean knew who you were and stuff, but really didn't know that backstory of kind of some of that motivation um, that got you into the industry. That's
Yeah.
something else. That's
Yeah,
something
and
else.
it's interesting because of the where we're listed and my information is everywhere. I do periodically, I actually had one last week. I do periodically get calls from victims of crime who are frustrated, who are, who've gone through the channels, and it's digital, and they're looking for help. So, I will talk to them. I'll say, what's happened? Who have you talked to? What's the police said? Are there other agencies? And if I can connect them with, even an investigator, if they're looking to gain someone on a personal level and engage them and hire them to get more information to reopen a case or something. Um, I have a network of people through Techno that I hope I can refer out. And the lady last week she was in South Carolina, but she was a victim of business email compromise, and has been getting absolutely nowhere with her local law enforcement. So,
Mm.
just listening sometimes, and connecting people really kind of helps.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, if you're in a smaller area or an area that's doesn't have any specialization in this
Yeah,
area, I mean,
yeah,
it's tough. Some guys still have a hard time running their iPhone. Much less trying to investigate a crime when it goes digital like that.
right. I
Um,
mean, another recent example that is dear to me and my family as well. I don't know if any of you know the Max Groover case. He was a friend of ours, a close friend of our family that died from hazing at LSU a couple years ago.
oh goodness.
For the longest time, they were investigating it, and a lot of the evidence was on the guy's cell phone. So people were
Mm,
calling me, family and friends. They didn't understand why they couldn't get into that cell phone immediately to get it. So you have to go through the whole process of obtaining that
mm,
information legally to be able to use it in court, to be able, things don't happen the way they do on TV shows. It takes time, and you've got to follow the letter of the law. So I was able to at least lend some support to some of our friends and my children specifically, because being friends with Max and dealing with that trauma, they understood, that revenge aspect doesn't just happen overnight. It took a couple years to get to trial. His family has now launched an incredible campaign to increase hazing laws, and consequences for that happen and to prevent it. So I was able to lend support to my family and friends in that aspect just because of everything that I learned at Techno. So
yeah, that's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Is someone harassing you in messages? I hear them popping in there.
let me see. Oh, it's our team chat. I can't. I don't
Oh,
think I can. I can't. I can't turn off those
don't
notifications.
turn it off.
Oh no, I can pause that. Hold
Don't turn it off. um, yeah, I mean, you do meet a lot of people, especially. I mean, you're the central kind of the location where everybody comes to you in the conference. That and that makes you in a really unique position. I mean, well, I'm sure Allison gets some of that as well, where people get to know you guys, and you're quick to make those introductions. So, and I know you've probably introduced me to probably more people than I can even count at this point, just over the last several years coming to the show. So, yeah, thank you for that. It's always
on. Mhm.
appreciated when you do that for myself and others, of course, to be able to do that. But some of the aspects of the show, though, that um, we've talked about some of the sessions there. We've talked about the training that goes on there as well, um, and some of the stuff maybe after the everything's over out by the pool when it's dark. And by the way, that was the first time I'm from north. I'm the northern guy, right? I mean, you throw a stone, you're in Canada from here, where I'm at, and it was the first time I was out by the pool one of those evenings. I heard the frogs there, and that's the first time I actually heard a frog say ribbit. I could never figure. It's like, why do they say it's ribbit? And it sounded like a bunch of people hiding in the bushes saying ribbit. If you've never heard those frogs down there, which you've probably had down there at Myrtle Beach, but it was funny. I had my family with me too, and we're
Mhm.
all shocked. It's like the things that cartoons don't teach you about frogs. And that was it. So there's one story from Myrtle Beach that you may not have known. But another thing is that there's some like the show's not over like at 5 o'clock, right? Even though
Right.
the agenda may say, hey, at 5 o'clock, if people are going online right now and looking at it and it says 5 o'clock, what else happens after 5 o'clock? What you can talk about legally, let's put it that way.
Well, I mean, the first night we kick it off, we start at noon with the sessions, and then
Mm,
the trade show floor opens at 3 Monday, not Sunday this year. Um, we kick it off with a happy hour on the trade show floor. That is my I think my favorite time because once trade show floor opens, I can breathe. No one's freight is missing still, hopefully. Everyone's got all their issues resolved and the fun starts to happen. Um, Most of you will probably notice that I will run around with drinks. Used to be a bartender. Um, so I want to make sure all you sponsors who are so busy talking to attendees, you can't get out of your booth to get a beverage. Um, I'm a runner. I mean, we have a great advisory board member too, Helen Weathers. If you don't know her, and if she's not on here, Manny knows her quite well. She's become my sidekick in that regard, and thankfully it's the same bartenders most of the time, so they just know when they see me coming to just set bottles of wine, glasses, various beers, and I'll just run around with six packs, bottles, glasses, and just deliver. That's one of my favorite things to do. So after that, that first night is usually a little bit tame. But on the other nights, there are sponsor events. I encourage our sponsors to let me know what's going on and where. Not so I can blow up their guest list or anything, but just because I get questions and then I can refer them, go talk to them in their booth. So there are some big parties. There are some big parties. There are some small parties. A lot of folks will finish for the day, take a little breather, check their email. But then there's a lot of client dinners that happen. I know sponsors and attendees go out, they have their meetings, they have dinner, and then people come back to the bar. People
That
come
they
back to
do.
the bar. Now, keep in mind that on a normal year, we have close to 900 people typically at the event. It's only a 400 room hotel.
Yeah.
So, those peak nights, we have literally the entire hotel except for a handful of rooms. Um, and it's the place to be. It's the fun place to be out on the courtyard. The guys are with moonshine, people are smoking cigars, and I think a lot of the business that happens at Techno happens after hours.
Mm-hmm. No, I
So
agree with that 100%.
yeah, so I encourage everyone to stay on site if they can. Unfortunately, I will tell you right now, our room block is full. um, for that first day coming in. It always sells out. So if you haven't made your hotel reservations yet, I'll put you on the wait list. Just email me. But it is a fun place to be at night.
That happened to me one year. You put me on, I got on a wait list, but you got me in. So I was very thankful for that. So when she says that
Pays to know me.
when she says she'll do everything that she can to get you, she absolutely does. So yeah, we got in there. So very appreciative of that, for sure. Because you really need to stay at the hotel. Just because as from the vendor side of things, you get tired. You get tired of walking. And you just want to go crash for a second, lay there, and go, oh, okay, feet feel better. Let's go back off we
Yeah.
go. And as an attendee, I mean, you're going from session to session to session, and maybe you just need a quick break or something. But yeah,
Mhm.
my favorite
Or
place though.
just sit in the lounge chair out by the pool.
Yeah, that's
Whether
where I
you're
was
staying at
headed.
the hotel or not, go take a nap, set your alarm, and then jump back in an hour.
Yeah, that's why I really what I do is that little outdoor cantina bar they have. You
Hmm.
walk down the stairs there in the hotel, and it's always funny to watch day one. That's my favorite place to kind of go and hang out because you see all the people that are hanging out you haven't seen forever. That seems to be where a lot of people go, is that outdoor area. And
Hmm.
man, I love hanging out there. It's really nice just before the show starts. Just when things are getting ramped up, people are out there hanging out, and then heading in at noon for the sessions. It's always a good time. So you have something to give away today, right?
I do. I do. I have just a
What do you
little bit of
have?
techno swag, which a lot of people are like, why don't you have swag? Like, why
Hmm?
don't you have a store? Why don't you have a but we have developed a trivia
Hmm?
quiz for y'all. And the winner gets a techno. Let's see. I have the weirdest placement of my camera. It's in the bottom left corner of my screen. Like it's not at the
Oh,
top.
hang on.
So it's like
Switched.
this. Oh, it's like the strangest placement. So we have a techno security and digital forensics. Wait, which way am I going?
That
Left,
way.
right?
There you go.
Trucker hat.
Trucker
I will
hat.
mail it personally to the winner of the trivia contest coming up.
So yeah, and now that with trivia, I will switch to this screen here. CJ, it's a fishing hat.
It's
Absolutely,
a
could be a fishing
fishing
hat
hat.
as well. Um,
Yeah. If you're the winner, you have to take me fishing. It's been a long time.
You got the ocean right out there. Uh,
Oh, look at that.
that's kind of the scene right there. This is not. I have no idea what ocean this is, but I'm guessing they're out there on surfboards. It's probably not uh, in the Myrtle Beach area, but the waves are about that. They're not. They're about that. So with this, what you can absolutely do here is let me find my phone because I do have it in do not disturb mode. Take your phone and just scan that thing right there. Just scan it. I'm not going to play because I typed in all the questions and answers. So normally I'd be not telling people I did it and play and win, but that's what I roll. But I absolutely did. So I'm not going to play this round. But what you guys can do is just scan your phone or scan your phone. Open your camera. Is all it is. Open your camera. Here, I'll just kind of just show you real quick. Oh, not that picture because that's in the trivia. I
And
forgot I had
let
a
the
picture on
fun
it.
begin.
Yeah. So literally, just pop your phone's camera up there. You can see me on that, and just scan it, right? And then when it pops up, it'll say like crowd.live, something like that. And then you'll see. Hold on, I'm waiting for it to pop up there. And then it'll have. Hang on. Woo, don't show my face because it'll pull up there. It'll have Techno's logo right up top here, and then just enter your name or whatever handle that you want to use. Like Trucker CJ or whatever that it is that you want to use. So, um, yeah, no, Megan, you're disqualified. You can't play.
You can play, but the
Yeah,
hat will have to go to the second prize winner. I mean, she hasn't been to. It's
no,
your first time this year,
this
Megan. So
this is
I
her
don't know if
first.
you're going to know the answers because truly, you had. It's one of those you had to be there.
Yeah, you can play, but you have to throw the questions. Of course, she guesses. We play this trivia often because obviously the Cyber Social Hub has the platform here, and we play all the time. Like on a Friday, we'll all get together and just play a couple rounds, and it's random stuff. And we're going to start doing this more on the show too. I love the fact that you wanted to do this, and um, it's kind of our Friday wind down after the week thing. No, you probably won't. Actually, you'll know one of them for sure. 100%, you'll know one, and that's all I can say. All right, so everyone, just give me a thumbs up or something like that if you're ready to go. It looks like there's 9 of you in here raring to go because I'm looking at the control panel here. So again, we're about 5-second delayed. So when I say, and Jennifer, just so you know, when I say go, I'm going to wait like 5 seconds. I'm going to count in my head because that's as high as it
Okay.
goes, and then we'll kick off this because they're going to get it instantly on their mobile device. There's no delay whatsoever. I mean, it is fast, fast, fast. But
Okay.
but our broadcast is about 5 seconds back from them, so
Allison, you're not
it's
eligible to
tricky.
win either.
Allison doesn't want the trucker hat. Come on now.
She has one. I'm pretty sure she has one.
Yeah, she might. Yeah, she probably does. Okay. All right, you guys. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go over here and hit the countdown, and then it's going to be a small delay. So what's going to happen is the question's going to come up on your mobile device, however you're playing on your mobile device, and then there's a timer. You get 15 seconds to pick the right answer. 15 seconds, and it's based off your point. It gives you points based off of how quick you answer, and of course, if it's right or not. If it's wrong, you don't get any points. But if it's right and you answer quicker, you get more points. Okay? Clear as mud, right? All right, we're going to kick this thing off. So I'm going to go ahead and say, all right, here we go. And I'm going to wait 5 seconds. Oh, here we go. All right, which edition of the flagship conference is being held in Myrtle Beach this year? All right, so people are answering away here. And again, we just have to remember they're done now. But we're
Right.
still in the future, so we can go ahead and start showing the correct answers here.
See
We're
who
going to
was
show the.
paying attention.
Let's
Who
show
was
the
paying
live
attention?
ones first. So here's everybody who answered right here. Oh, they're right in that area.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
Wow.
which one of you was correct? There we go. So there it was. It was the 23rd. Was it? And if these are wrong, Jennifer, please tell me because I typed
Nope,
them in
they're
from the
correct. That
list
is
that you
correct.
sent me.
Like you said, see who was paying attention earlier.
Yeah, because I think you covered almost every one of these somewhere in the talk. I made sure we've tried to
Maybe not. Maybe not.
maybe not the
unless
exact
unless
answer.
unless
Yeah.
shenanigans covers
No.
half of those questions.
Yeah. No.
It's like the umbrella for all of them.
Yeah. Well, the shenanigans one we've talked about on the show a few times, so it keeps coming up often, unfortunately. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next one, and the countdown will begin here. What role does Jennifer's daughter fill at Myrtle Beach conference? What's the role? What could it be? What could it be? And we'll show the answers here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show the live answers. Oh, okay. So everyone's a little torn as to what it is. I can tell you some of you got it right. I knew this one just because I wrote the answer. So here we go. Boom. There we go. Yeah. Starbucks coffee runner. Starbucks coffee runner. Do you guys want to see who's in the lead? I kind of want to see who's in the lead. So let's take a look and see who's there. All right. A nickname is actually in the lead
Oh,
there.
nickname. So
Mystery
I have to
Dave.
I have to qualify that question. That's her most prominent role. She has stuffed conference bags. She has, she's done everything there at some point in time. Ran to the liquor store for us. All of the things, including actual things that she's had to do to make the event run. But she does run Starbucks coffee for tips, by the way.
uh, I just I just realized your picture's covering up. No one can join late anyway. It's too bad. The QR code. I just saw your picture is
Oh, the
covering
code. Okay.
it. If they didn't start now, there's no way they can possibly catch up. Anyway, so all right, I'm gonna go ahead and kick off this next one here.
Not Manny. Not Manny is not doing well.
Right. All right, here we go. Which of the following is not one of the four primary conference tracks in Myrtle Beach? It's so weird with this 5 second delay, trying to make sure that these go off well. So keep your eyes on your phone. All right, so their timers are up. So which one of those is not part of the official? Let's see how you guys answered here. All right. Oh, most of you guys got it.
They did.
Most of you guys got it. Here's the correct answer. Boom!
All
Look at
right.
that. Yeah, eDiscovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
But there's a but on this one as well.
I wasn't sure whether
Um,
to bring it up. I couldn't remember. I was like,
yeah,
oh, am I allowed to
it is
talk
out
about that?
there. If for those of you that are paying attention, the call for speakers for California launched about 2 weeks ago, and there is officially an e-discovery track being added to Techno, beginning in California. So it's kind of a soft ad so far, but you will start to hear that a little bit more. We just signed on as an industry partner, Women in eDiscovery.
Nice,
Excited to
nice.
have one of their members, one of their board members on our advisory board to help us develop that content. So look for great things starting this fall in the eDiscovery realm.
So Allison just commented. Well, she might have printed it a little bit ago on the hat. So she loves this hat. So we had to pop her up on screen. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go on to the next one here. And I'm gonna try. Just watch your phones so you don't lose this because there's again a 5 seconds delay when I actually say it and I go. So I try to wait 5 seconds before I hit the button because you'll get it pretty quick on your phone. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and go. Maybe
I think it's longer than
there it
five
goes.
seconds. Oh,
Yeah, it didn't want to go. It was just weird. How many times did first responders get called to the 2021 Myrtle Beach Conference Hotel in one night? I can tell you that I was not present for the first one. Now that it's over, we can kind of see. I was not present for the first one that happened. I was at one of the after parties with some friends, and let's take a look at it. Oh wow! Some people thought it was a lot more than possibly what it was, but I was there for the others for sure. And the other. Oh, I this is not right, is it? Is
What?
it four? Was it four?
It is four.
Oh,
It
oh
is
my
four.
gosh. Okay, I was thinking only three for some reason.
No,
All right,
it
one.
well, my understanding it was four. I like you, I wasn't there. I was at a sponsor party for the first one and came in on the tail end of it. Of
Yeah.
course, as soon as I walked in the door, everyone rushes to me and says, "What's going on?" I'm like, nah, I don't know. So 3 times for the fire alarm malfunctioning, and one time we had a medical situation with there may not have been a medical situation with an inebriated individual conference participant.
Oh, that's right. That's where the other one was that I forgot all about was
So
that
one
one. It
was
wasn't
legit.
it wasn't just because it was three on the fire, right? And the other one was, well,
Right.
whatever happened there.
A fun night. Not a lot of people. The interesting part was when we walked in the door that first time and people are just pouring out of the hotel, and I get what's going on. I learn it's a false alarm, etc. And so I go over and station myself by the elevators because people are coming to me. And our CFO from Comic Exposium was there. He's like, "What's going on?" So I told him. He's like, "We don't need to evacuate." I'm like, "No." And I look in the bar because the bar is right around the corner. They don't even hear the fire alarm. It is
No.
full bore. Everyone's packed, hilarious. Half my staff's in there. Couldn't even hear it. They were just partying on. So thankful that it was a false alarm.
Yeah, Dave says to pull the call records too. By the way, he don't necessarily trust. But I think it, and in all fairness, I don't think it went off on all the floors. It was only a certain amount of floors that it went off on,
Right.
so that might be a
That
little
is what I'm
challenge.
told. But the
Yeah.
but the what we were told was the fire department actually had to come verify everything was fine, and they had to reset the system. So they by the third time they were so angry.
I know. Yeah, those guys. Get them out of bed in the middle of the night, right? Anyway, it's funny as in law enforcement, the firefighters were always the ones we played in softball, volleyball, everything. We played them, and we'd always call them the basement savers, right? Because they'd always save the basement, and they'd always call us the meter maids. So that's kind of the running joke that went on for a long time. All right, let's get. We're going to be talking through these. We're on question what, 4 now? We only got
Oh,
4
we
more
got
to
a
go.
ways to
So
go. We got
yeah,
to
we'll be
stop
fine.
talking.
Yeah, there's only 4 more to go. You only. I
Okay.
think there was only 8. I didn't add anything.
You
Uh,
didn't cut any out, did you?
no, no, I didn't cut any out.
Okay.
It's a
All right.
uncensored here is what we are. We believe in it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kick on to the next one. So get your phones ready, and here we go. Okay, how many countries were represented by attendees in the 2019 conference? Ooh, see, I don't remember. It's good that I'm old and
Well,
have a short
it
memory.
seems like a long time ago, but again, that's the last event pre-COVID. So when
Yeah,
we were at our height.
yeah. Well, let's take a look at see what everybody answered here. So everybody was across the board. Everyone's convinced it is 22 out of that. That's where the popular vote's at. 22 or 34, I guess, is where it's at. So let's see the correct one. 34. Look at that. See, I didn't even remember when I typed these
Yeah,
things in just a couple hours ago. I have no
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Let's see
That's when I
who's still in the lead. Oh, Amy just jumped out of nowhere. She was like way down the list. And all of a
she
sudden,
must have hit
boom.
that quickly.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah, she got
Not Manny keeps dropping down further. I don't know if that's Manny or not Manny. Not doing so great.
I think that's Manny. Yeah, I mean, Megan and Amy just jumped up like out of nowhere. Oh, there's Amy right there. Hello, hello. Jumped up right on there. All right, let's go on to the next one for time's sake here.
Megan.
What job did Jennifer pursue immediately after college? Hmm. I have to say the picture may help give that away a little bit. I try to put little hints in the
What is
graphics.
that?
I don't know. I've just found these random free images that were licensed free I could use, and
Okay.
see, it's on
Tell
there. If you look really close, it's on there. So, so
Ah.
like, oh, so it's not Manny. So it's really not Manny. That whoever that is on there, Manny just said that. Yeah, it's not him. He it wasn't him at all. All right, let's look at the answer here on this one, and see how people thought this would be. All right, so that's interesting. So it's tied for cruise ship activities director or state trooper. So those are the two ties, and the answer is state trooper. She did give that away during the interview. So
Like I
yeah,
said, people weren't watching. They were not paying attention.
I know because we did. I think most of these we gave away. Amy dropped back down. Megan fell. A
Ah,
nickname is right back up there
Dave.
again. Look at that.
Dave and I have shared many beverages, so we've chatted a lot. I think he has an unfair advantage, but it's okay.
He might know. The only thing he's probably not winning is he's probably slow to hit that button. I'm just messing with you, Dave. Sorry. All right, let's go on to the next one here. At what Techno Conference edition did Kevin crash big time on an electric scooter? And I actually got this picture. I don't know. Someone was harassing me, and they sent this to me in a text. I can't remember who it was, but it was freaking hilarious. I saw. Oh, it was my brother-in-law sent this picture to me after they found out. Because as soon as I left where it was, which I'll show you in just a minute, it was my 50th birthday, and I had a huge party here at the house, and I
Right,
had this,
right.
the road rash all over my face.
We need
So
the
it
road
was,
rash picture there. We
yeah,
need
it
we
was,
need your bandaged up road rash picture.
yeah, it was pretty good. So let's see if everybody knew where this thing was. We talk about it enough. Yeah. Oh, we tied.
Oh,
If it was
wow.
San Diego or Denver, when in actual it was indeed Denver. It was Denver just last year. So even grown men, literally, I was turning 50 a short time right after that. And yeah.
Yeah. Thanks
All
for
right.
your being a good sport. I thought for sure you're going to crop that question out, but
No, heck no. I will take my own beatings when I deserve them. And man, that was one of them for sure. I felt like such an idiot. Dave was actually my first call. That's why he's now in first place. Because I was
uh-huh.
meeting him, a bunch of people out. And I thought, I could get there much faster on this thing. Yeah. No.
Or not at all.
It's funny when you look at it because uh, Uber. It was an Uber thing. I shouldn't probably tell what company it was, but I did. And you know how they show your path on the map of what the course you took, like in when you take a ride from the airport to wherever in a regular car, right? Well, they show the same thing on those scooters, and you see me go exactly 2 blocks, then suddenly veer off to the sidewalk, and that's where it stopped. I had that picture for the longest time, and I'm going like, got it.
You you walked down the when you came down the escalator and walked up to Rich. I mean, it was early in the morning the next
Oh
morning. It was like
yeah,
7:30, I think. I
yeah.
said, in my defense, I did ask if you were okay before I started laughing.
You did.
So
You did. And that's the rule. You have to do that before,
yes,
make sure there's
yes.
no head trauma and stuff. Yep, it was pretty ugly. Anyway, let's move on. There's one more, right?
Let's move on.
There's eight. Yeah, I've relived
One
that a
more,
number of
maybe.
times. My second call was to my wife, just so everyone knows, just to say, hey, I may have a head injury. You might want to call me and make sure I wake up a few times during the night. But yeah, anyway. All right, let's move on to the next one. What is the traditional? Oh, and delicious served at Techno. Did I miss something?
Lunch. There's supposed to be the word lunch in
Oh, I
there.
missed
I'm
lunch. So
we,
lunch.
we may have not put it in there in our,
I didn't even
in
look.
our
I was
rush to get
literally
you these.
I was copying and pasting a lot of this stuff. Now, if you noticed, all these little pictures that have been appearing in every question is a hint, right?
They cheat.
Well, yeah, because most people may not know, right? There's been a hint. Now, obviously, you can't answer now because the question's over. That's why I waited to the last one to say, hey, all of these are complete hints. But let's see how everybody answered this one. Okay, so it looks
Wow.
like yeah, most everyone got it. The higher percentage got the absolutely correct one there of some type of pasta. And why is that,
Yeah.
Jennifer?
Well, when you're feeding so many people, it's easy. It's cheap. I think it's like, you know, it's some type of pasta, either like a vegetable lasagna one day or, just pasta and meatballs the next day. It's quick and easy. Honestly, if I had a sponsor for the luncheons, we could upgrade that menu.
I
We
think
really
it's
could. But the past couple of years, nobody sponsored the lunches. So
I
if
think
any
it's
of
always
my
good.
sponsors are so inclined to put their really name on the map, people focus a lot on that food. So many comments, free-form comments on our attendee surveys are about the food. And I'm like, doing the best we can. Do
Really,
you want
I
open bars at the happy hours, or do you want better food?
I never had an issue with the food. I thought it's always great food. Uh, Myself, I thought honestly the answer was that because you're Italian, and that's why you just absolutely had to have had pastas at the event. But
No.
I guess I'm wrong. I'm glad I didn't play this trivia game. I probably would have done miserably anyway. Megan answered tacos in there too because she didn't know it was a winky
Again,
face. So
because
that was
she's
how
never
you.
been there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys ready to see who Manny? You guys ready to see who the winner is, right? This is the winner. The absolute winner. And so here we go. Show the rankings leaderboard and drum roll. Hitting on my desk and maybe if it
Yeah, big drum roll.
goes Dave, look at that. Comes in
Yay.
for the last minute win. He got 5 of the 8 correct of all things. Look at you go. It
That's
washed
pretty
everyone
good.
else out of there. So, trucker hat for Dave. I want to.
Trucker hat for Dave.
So Dave, part of the winning because I know you're going to be at in Myrtle Beach is you have to wear the hat on the air when we broadcast from there. So you got to wear the fish and trucker hat. Yeah, there he goes. Sweet. So yeah, Dave is the winner of the trucker hat. So
All right.
yeah, thanks everyone for playing. That's pretty awesome. Um, he says, interesting. The person that spends the most time at the bar wins the trivia contest. Yeah, that's so
Like we
true,
said,
Sam. Absolutely, so very true.
I think Megan got so many right. She says she's got 6 of 8 because she knows your trick of putting hints in the graphics. So
Yeah,
that
she
was kind of
does.
cheating, Megan. That was kind of cheating. Although I said, I spent a lot of time drinking with Dave, so that was kind of cheating too. But it's legit. Dave, the hat's yours.
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure. He's the one getting the information out of you here on that. So yeah. Oops, hang on. I just biffed you out. There, I pulled you right back in there.
There you go.
There we go. Well, Jennifer, thank you so very much. I realize, man, an hour goes by really quick at these things. Of course, trivia makes it a lot of fun. We had quite a few people that played.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that
It was great to be here. I admit I was nervous. I can talk to a room full of people on site, but being on camera, just, and knowing it's going to be on there and, forever, that nothing on the internet ever goes away.
no,
But
it
I had a
won't.
lot of
It will never go away. So everyone's like saying thank you, thank you. Yeah, so definitely thank you. And I don't know, you guys put a lot of work in this. You and Allison are just constantly, man, moving at the show. If you guys have never just stopped to watch these two when going from point A to point B, it's interesting. I'm pretty laid back in person. I just watch them go. It's like a tennis match almost when they're running from one place to the next. Just day one, generally. You guys are better after that. So,
yeah.
but again, thank you so much for coming on the show. And again, I'm gonna give you a bunch of stuff when I come down here. We have a bunch of swag, so coffee
All right.
or cold
Thank you.
beverages. It keeps them pretty. I got stuff right here in it right now. I'm drinking out of it. Otherwise, I'd
Yeah.
tip it
We
over.
survive on coffee on site. There's a very critical item that goes into my on-site show folder every year. And it's a piece of paper with all of our Starbucks orders on it.
There
So
you go. There you
so
go.
yeah.
I'll give you guys oops, hang on, telling the wrong way. One of these. That way you can have one. And we'll give you one of these as well. It's hard to see this one. Let me put my hand behind it. It's our pint
Ooh,
glass. Yeah.
the pint
So
glass.
it's the pint for whatever. If I guess it's really not suitable for moonshine, but it can be done. You can make anything if you want. This is also going to be yours, and this one's what's really suitable for moonshine. Right there.
Yes.
It's our it's
Yes.
it's a candle holder. Not really. It's mainly for if you've not. I think I showed you this and you knew what it was already.
Hmm.
This is
Right.
actually fired out of one of these guys, out of the A10 Warthog. It's a training round, so no depleted uranium, but it was actually fired at one time. They cut the top part of the round off and just the bottom part of the shell casing,
Right.
and you can use it for whatever you want, for your favorite beverage
Well,
or to store candles. But I'm hoping
well,
you
that's really the
like
reason
candles.
I'm on here because that is cool. That is very cool with my military family background. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's super cool. And I just ordered now. I think the new batch. We couldn't get this blue anymore, so I think the new batch is we got the. Oh, hang on, I got the old version on here too. So here's the older version. It actually has. I'm trying to do this without it seeing my face. It actually has a picture of the A10 on it,
Oh,
and then mentions
okay.
the hubcast here. The new one is black and it shows this plane sideways, so you can kind of see it a little bit better, and it has this same
Okay.
logo down here. So yeah, that's the brand new one. Hopefully it'll be in here soon. Uh, Everything's hard to get in right now with
Hmm.
shipping lanes and all. But again, Jennifer, thank you so very much, and audience, thank you guys so much. Don't forget though, I keep forgetting to do this every episode. Is somewhere down in one of these corners there is a subscribe button. Make sure you do that. And then there's a little bell next to it. Man, I couldn't tell you. There's a bell next to it. If you hit that little bell, it'll alert you every time we go live. That way, and this is the show that we do is we talk about digital investigations, digital forensics, OSINT. It's always about something like this, and we let you get to know the people involved in the industry. So make sure you hit those things. Also, hang on, my kids are always telling me, Dad, you got to tell them like and subscribe, like and subscribe. They watch, I guess, a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm like, eh. But so anyway, if you would do that, we would really appreciate it, you guys. And so we'll talk to everybody again next week. Again, Jennifer, thank you very much.
Thank
Don't go
you.
anywhere. Just stay right there.
I won't.
Thanks again, and we'll see everybody next week.